Ajouter un élément. Hello, 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 everyone. Pierre Bernardo speaking, and today I have the pleasure to do some demonstration about the software that we have been building for Kepler Digital. It's all about RWA tokenization, and especially within the aeronautic industry. And currently, so we are working with different type of partners, and they are all looking for more transparency and traceability within the supply chain and the life cycle of the RWA that they want to certify. And we have been responding to this promise is how we can use the blockchain technology to bring more transparency and more traceability. And especially, I'm particularly proud of the software that we have been developing, and especially in terms of the user friendliness of the application. Because you will see that we will be interacting with the blockchain, but without the needs of using a MetaMask. Because we all understand that the clients and the partners that we want to work with won't be the typical Web3 people. So in this matter, we have been building a backend in which they are operating on the blockchain without the needs of using a traditional Web3 wallet. So currently you are seeing the landing page, and I would like to apologize because I have been proposing, I just want to make sure that the sound is working because I had something. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So all working. Yeah, just a sound check. That's what we say, the aléa du direct. So yeah, particularly proud about the fact that yeah, we have been building a strong backend in which we don't need a MetaMask wallet to interact with the blockchain. So currently you are seeing a landing page of what we call the AeroCert. AeroCert is the central point of this tokenization platform. And we are using AeroCert as a software as a service, but we are using also AeroCert as an API provider for the people that want to use the backend of Kepler directly within their application. So I'm going to connect to the dashboard. And as you can see, so a simple dashboard where you can see all the current users, you can see all the log, the recent activities, and there is two particular sections that is the most interesting today in this demonstration. The first one is how we can issue a blockchain certificate following the credential of the students. What does it mean? It's like a student is following a training, he has been validating few modules, a few courses, and through the tokenization, we are making sure that these students have the skills to operate within a particular airport industry. And the second point that I want to demonstrate today is the issuance of what we call a digital product passport for the battery. As you know, since July 2024, the European Commission is making a mandatory to issue a digital product passport to guarantee the life cycle, to guarantee the transparency of the life cycle and the supply chain, and especially for battery. So in today's demonstration, we are going to issue a diploma on the blockchain, and we are going to issue a digital product passport on the blockchain. So first thing first, let's embody a training center that wants to certify the validation of a diploma for a particular student. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to enter the certificate number, which will be a random one. Let's take my last name, my first name. Let's take MBA diploma, for instance. And let's imagine that I receive my diploma yesterday. I validated all my modules yesterday, my final examination. And then the training center, just by clicking on this button, will be able to anchor, to put all the data stored on the blockchain. So we are waiting for the confirmation. And now, if I'm navigating to Snowtrace, so you can see that 12 seconds ago, I have been doing a transaction on the blockchain. And like I was telling you, we don't need to use MetaMask because we are providing MetaMask wallet for our users, so they don't need to manage the seed phrase, the security keys, etc. We are managing everything on their behalf. So now what we can see is like if I'm taking the transaction hash and I am an employer. So imagine I have the student that validate his diploma yesterday, and today is introducing himself in front of me, and I just want to check if this student has been uh, validating the diploma. So I'm going to the verification page, and I can click on this one. I will be entering the transaction hash, and now I can see that this organization has been issuing the diploma with this certificate number few minutes ago. So that's a double guarantee for me that the students is presenting me a valid diploma. I can see also as the training center all the certificates that I have been issuing on the blockchain with the different transaction hash. But also I can look for the diploma certificate number just by entering this number, and then I will see double confirmation that the organization B has been issuing this diploma. Now, the things that I want to show you also as well, it's about the issuance of a digital product passport, and especially for the batteries. And especially the batteries have some characteristic, and it's about the life cycle of the battery, but also about the supply chain. So we want to be into a position where we can integrate more and more information as long as the battery is going through its life cycle. So the same operation, I'm going to enter a serial number, I'm going to enter model, manufacturer. Let's say the battery has been created 2 days ago, putting random data there. So I'm putting all the information, all the essential information that we need to have within a digital product passport for a particular battery. So now that I have all my information, okay, so I can choose which manufacturer or which organization is issuing this digital product passport. So this one comes as a form of a data container. And what do I mean by that is like we are issuing the traditional ERC 721 token because it can contain a lot of data. We can have clear data, but we can have also hash data. So that's why we want to make sure that the clear data are the data that are not sensible in terms of GDPR compliance. But for the data that match to the GDPR compliance, we want to make sure that they are invisible to the public. So we can see on the blockchain right now that the token ID 37 has been issued with this transaction hash. And I can see directly on the blockchain that we have the traditional ERC 721 token that has been issued. And if I click on it, so I can see some of the data that are present. Remember, I have been entering about 20 different data, but exclusively these data are visible to the public, such as the manufacturer, such as the model, the manufacturing date, the category, and the nominal voltage. But what I can do right now also, and because maybe I want to operate with some traditional paper-based document or some PDF, is like I can download the PDF, and on this PDF we will have the QR code, we will have the transaction hash, we will have the token ID, we will have a lot of information about the battery itself. So we have the token ID number 37. And now, as a verified organization, I have the possibility to check all the information within the NFT. We understand that from a public perspective, we don't have access to all the information, but from a private or authenticated perspective, I can access all the information, but I can also update the information. And this is very important because right now you can see, so the token ID in number 37, okay, I have some information, but if I want to access to more information, then they will be visible to me. But we understand that the battery have a life cycle. So we understand also that the name, the manufacturer, the serial number won't change, but maybe the state of health of the battery will be modified. So let's imagine that now I want to update this digital product passport. And I'm changing some of the data. So as you can see, I cannot modify this data. Let's say that we have been doing a maintenance yesterday. We did a repair also as well. And I need to justify why I am updating the metadata. So let's say annual maintenance. I'm giving my ID, Pierre Bernardo, for instance. And now I am updating the metadata or the data of this NFT on the blockchain. So let's wait for the transaction. And the same principle is like, now I can download the PDF. Okay, so it's written in French, but it's saying that now we have the last test information about the product passport for the battery. And we can see that the data has been changing according to what I put within the form. And now if I go back to the list of digital product passport for the battery. So now I have a new information, which is about the update. We can see that a few minutes ago, Pierre Bernardo has been updating some of the data of the digital product passport. And the reason is the annual maintenance. But something that we have to understand is like, if I am an authenticated party, I have the possibility to check all the data of the digital product passports. I have also the possibility to modify some of the data. But what about a public user or a non-authorized party that wants to check some of the data of the digital product passport? So the same principle is like, if they know about the token ID, they can go on the public zone, they can look for the digital product passport for the battery, they will be entering the token ID. And by looking at this, so we can see who is the owner of the battery. We can see what we saw within the, remember when we click on it, all the public information directly on the AeroCert website. We have a lot of use cases that we want to develop, and especially we have a partnership with Dragonfly Pads. And Dragonfly Pad, the mission of this company is to bring a lot of transparency and traceability, and especially for the drones mission. So they want to be able to tokenize all the information about the drones mission, because at some point we have the public organization and the government that wants to verify some of the characteristics of the drone's mission, and it makes sense in order to increase the transparency to use the blockchain technology to guarantee it. So like I was telling you, we are using AeroCert as a software as a service, but we have also some kind of API engineering system in which if we have a partner, if we have a client, they will be able to use our API directly from the application, and they will be able to send the information that they want to the blockchain, and the blockchain will return them a transaction hash. So that's it. That's the use cases that we are currently building. We are addressing few industry. The first one is the diploma or the training certificate. The second one is the digital product passport for the battery. We are addressing also the challenges about the traceability, increase traceability for the drones mission. And we want to take care also about the spare parts of an aircraft. I don't know if you know, but within the circulating supply of the different spare parts, there is about 1 to 3% of the spare parts that are counterfeited, but also spare parts that are lacking transparency. And what do I mean by that is like in today's world, and even in this digital world, all the supply chain activity of the spare parts are being managed with just paper-based type of documents. And we all know that with paper-based type of document, there is an highest probability in terms of counterfeiting the information within the document. It's not possible with the blockchain because we know that it is decentralized and immutable, and we are allowing just few parties with a permission a type of access to modify some of the information related to the supply chain and to the life cycle. That's it for today's video. We are going to develop this application more and more because it is attracting a lot of different companies. And I will be very pleased in the future to do another demonstration. Dear Kepler community, thank you so much for your support. It was Pierre speaking to you, and have a great weekend. Ciao, ciao.